Hey everybody, Mr. G here. Won't be there again today on Friday, so we're going to be doing lesson 8 and 9. I saw that some of you did not do lesson 6 and 7 yesterday, and I will take care of that when I return, hopefully on Monday. I was watching a Go Guardian, and I saw a lot of you not working. I don't know why. I don't know what happened, but I will find out Monday. If I return Monday, I will find out what happened, because I don't know what happened. But some people were working on it. Some people weren't. Why? I don't know. But I'm not very happy about it. So today we're going to do lesson 8 and 9. 8 and 9. Okay. It's going to be lesson 8 and 9 today. So you're going to need your books, your math books. Okay, you need all your math books and your journal. So if you don't have those things, you need to get them. Here we go. Today we will solve 1 and 2 step problems using graphs. Read dot plots. This dot plot shows how many children are in the families of students in a 3rd grade class. How many students only have only have one child in their family. Let's count to find the answer. Okay, so here we have what's called a dot plot. Okay, it's a dot plot. Now just like a bar graph, the only difference is they're using dots. This is the only difference. There's no other difference. Okay, they're using dots instead of the bar. So you see that we have a title here. You don't have to draw this. If it's in your book, fine. If it's not, then don't worry about it. Okay, but I think it should be in your book. This says Fluency Template 1, TE page 104. Okay, so in your journal, I don't think you have this page. So in your journal, I need you to draw this just like it is. Okay, just like it is. Go ahead and pause the video, draw it, and then continue. If you do have this page, great. Use it. If not, then you're going to need to draw it. Okay, so like I was saying, this is a dot plot. It is the same as a bar graph. The only difference is they're using dots. Okay, we have the titles right here. We have the number of children. Here are all the numbers. And then we have 1 dot equals 1 child. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, if you drew it in your journal, good. If you already had this page, great. Now we're just going to label. So what we're going to do is count. We're going to count by ones because each dot is 1 child. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2. So there are my numbers. Okay. So they want to know how many students only have one child in their family. Let's count to find the answer. Well, 0 have one family. How many have 2 children in their families? 0 what? Okay, completely wrong. Sorry, I read it wrong. How many have only one child? Here's the 1. There are 8. So 1 there's 8. How many have 2 children in their families? 9. How many have 3? 6. And how many have 4? 2. Okay, so you can see that after you label, you're able to answer your questions really easy. Most students have how many children in their family? 2 is the most. Okay. 2 children, right? 2 children. Okay, let's move on. So we're going to write a number sentence to show how many more third graders have 2 children in their family than 3. So if we go back, we have 8, 9, 6, 2, 8, 9, 6, and 2. They want a number sentence that shows how many more have 2 than 3. So 9 have 2 and 6 have 3. We're going to be subtracting because they're asking how many more. 9 minus 6 is 3. 3 children. Okay. Now, you don't have to draw this again. Okay. If you already drew it once, you don't have to draw it again. So just draw it the one time. Okay. And then you can use it to answer the questions. Okay. So the next thing we want a number sentence to show how many third graders have 3 or 4 children in their family. 3 or 4. So let's go back. We have 8, 9, 6, 2. This thing does not want to work with me today. Okay. So we know 3 has 6 and 4 has 2. Do we know how many have 3 or 4? So we would add, that would be 8. Okay. Next, we're looking for this one right here next. Alright, here we go. Let's continue. If you have this in your book, go ahead and use it. If you don't have it, don't draw it. Don't worry about it. Just watch. Here we go. This bar graph shows how many minutes 4 children spent practicing the piano. Here's the number of minutes, the title. Here's the child, their names. Here are the number of minutes. Those are all things we should have in our graph. So they want to know if Ryan practiced more or less than 30 minutes. So right now we're talking about Ryan. So we're going to go and we're going to look at it. And I would say Ryan is at 35. In between 30 and 40. Okay. So did he practice for more or less than 30 minutes? More. Did he practice for more or less than 40 minutes? Less. What fraction of the time between 30 and 40 minutes did Ryan practice the piano? Half, because it's between 30 and 40. That's half, right? What is happening between 30 minutes and 40 minutes? That would be 35 minutes. Okay. The dotted line is there to help you read 35, since 35 is between 2 numbers on the graph. How long did Carrie spend practicing the piano? So Carrie is at 40. So she spent 40 minutes. Remember, you don't have to write this, you're just watching. 40 minutes. Okay. How about Brian? Brian practiced 60 minutes. Liz was at 20 minutes. Okay. Now, if you do have this page, then go ahead and do what I'm doing. But if you don't worry about it. Just watch. Who practiced the longest? And we said Ryan was 35. So Brian practiced the longest. Who practiced the least amount of time? Liz. So in your journal, I do want you to write or in the paper if you have it, write a number sentence that show how much longer Brian practiced than Carrie. So we're looking at Brian and Carrie. They want to know how much longer. So Brian practiced the most, which was 60 minutes. And Carrie practiced 40. So in order to find out how many more, we're going to subtract. So 60 minus 40 is 20 minutes more. Okay. Now they want us to write a number sentence to show how many total minutes Carrie and Liz spent practicing piano. So Carrie and Liz, Carrie is at 40, Liz is at 20. How many total minutes? So Carrie had 40 and Liz had 20. I add them, I get 60 minutes. How many total minutes did Ryan and Brian spend practicing piano? Total again, Ryan and Brian. Ryan and Brian. Brian was 35. Brian was 60. So we have 60 and 35. If you can't add them like this, stack them. Okay. 95 minutes. Okay. Write it over here on the side. Next, how many total minutes did all of the children practice? So they want to know how many all of them practiced. So, let's see, I'm going to erase here so I have more room. So we can add them all together. Well, I'm going to kind of use my mental math, okay? So I know 40 and 60 is 100. Okay. If I add 35 and 20, 20, sorry. I get 55. So 100 plus 55 is 155 minutes. That's how much they all practiced together, the total. Okay. All right, Learn Book, page 243. Learn Book, page 243. The following frequency table shows the number of times an insect's wings vibrate each second. Use the following clues to complete the unknowns in the frequency table. Remember, if I'm going too fast, pause it, do what you need to do, okay? A, the beetle's number of wing vibrations is the same as the difference between the flies and the honeybees. So the difference between the flies and the honeybees. So we're going to look at the fly and the honeybee first, okay? Fly and the honeybee first. So what are we going to do? It says it wants to know the difference. So we're going to subtract those two things, okay? Now, 550 is the bigger number, so we're going to use that as our total. So we're going to draw a strip diagram. Our total is going to be 550. And one of our parts will be 350. And we don't know that one. Okay? So what we have to do is we have to subtract. We have to do 550 minus 350. Okay? You can stack them we get 200. So now we know that the beetle, a question mark, is 200 and 200. Now, how can I check this? Well, if I take 350 and I add 200, I should get 550, and I do. Okay, that's the first one. Let's go on. Again, if you didn't get that all copied, rewind it, pause it, copy it, and move on. Here we go. B. B says mosquitoes' number of wings vibrations is the same as 50 less than the beetles and flies combined. Ooh, this is going to be a little bit of a long one. Okay, so what we have to do first is we have to find what is beetle and fly combined first. So beetles we know was 200, and the fly is 550. So we're going to do 550 plus 200. Okay, and just write wherever you can, it's fine. Okay, and that's going to be plus 200. 750. Okay, 750. So we're doing our strip diagram. Okay, we don't know the total, but we do know one is 550 and the other one is 200. And we have to combine them, so we have to add in order to get our total or whole, which is 750. Okay, that's the first part of what we're doing. Okay, this is a multi-step question. Okay, so the total represents the total vibrations of the beetle and the fly. So now that we have that, I'm going to erase. I'll leave that one there too, so we know it's 200. Okay, so now let's go to a strip diagram again. We know the total is 750 combined. Okay, and we know, actually hold on, sorry. We don't know a part. Okay, but we know the other part is, okay, so we have our total 750. We don't know a part, okay, but we do know that the problem says that the vibration is the same as 50 less than the beetle and the flies combined. The beetle and the fly combined is 750. So it's 50 less. So I'm going to subtract 750 minus 50. That gives me 700. So we will have 700. Okay. So question mark represents the number of mosquitoes' wing vibrations. A mosquito's wings vibrates 700 times each second. Okay. That was a tough one. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. If it wasn't tough for you, then great. Alright, let's move on. This is what it should look like. Okay. If you didn't get to copy it the way I did it, it's fine. Do not copy. You can copy it like this too, but don't do the writing. Okay, don't worry about the writing. All I want is the strip diagram and the equations. That's it. Okay. All right. Here we go. On page 249 for you, you should have this picture right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a bar graph from the data in the application problem. We need to choose a scale that works for the data the graph represents. Okay, doing this on your own, you're not talking to a partner, you're doing this with me. Okay, what scale would be best for this data and why? So let's take a look. Okay, so we have to figure out what scale we would use here. What they mean by scale is our numbers, what numbers we would use. Okay, you know, like if we would count by 5s, by 10s, by 20s, whatever. So I have to go back and look at my numbers. Here's my numbers. And I have the lowest number is 200. The highest number is 700. So should I count by 5s? No, that'd be way too much. What about 20? No, still not enough. What about 50s? No, still not enough. What about 75? No, not enough. What about hundreds? Yes. We would count by hundreds. So we would start our numbers with 0, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800. Okay. Next, we have to decide if we will show the scale for your graph vertically or horizontally. Then label it starting from 0. We're going to go vertically, which is up and down. Now, could I have gone the other way? Let's see, 100, 0, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. It's too many. So, I think the way we did it is good. Okay. So now we're going to start labeling. First thing we need is a title also. Okay, a good title would be, okay, so I'm going to go back and see what they titled theirs. Okay, wing vibrations of insects. I'm going to use the same thing. Wing vibrations of insects. Wing vibrations of insects. So, wing vibrations of insects. Okay, and then at the bottom we would have to put each insect. So it would be honeybee, beetle, fly, mosquito. I'm just going to put the first letter for all of them, okay? So honeybee, HBFM. So we'll do H, skip 1, B, skip 1, F, skip 1, M. Okay, so it's honey, bee, beetle, fly, mosquito. All right, so let's take a look back again. We know that the honeybee had 350. So we need to shade 350. So here's 300, 300, 400. So 350 would be right in the middle of those. Draw the lines, shade in, label 350. Remember, pause it if you need to. Okay. Beetle was 200. Draw it, shade it, label it 200. Okay, let's go back. Fly is 550. So here's another one that's half, 550, between 500 and 600. Draw your lines, scribble, label 450. And mosquito, the wrong way. Mosquito 700. 700. Draw your lines, scribble, label. There you go. This is what your bar graph would look like. Okay. Now, went the wrong way again. see, insect. So down here at the bottom would be insects. And on this side would be, and I'm just going to abbreviate, the number of vibrations. Okay? And that's what it should look like. Again, if you did finish, pause it, finish, and then move on. Alright, then we're moving vibrations for the honeybee is 350 each second. Discuss the bar you will make for the honeybee. How many units we did that one? How many of you noticed that you need to shade a half unit? We did that. We'll have to do this for the fly. We did it. We shaded our bars. We got it. Next, I want you to write a number sentence to find the total number of vibrations 2 beetles and 1 honeybee can produce each second. So 2 beetles and 1 honeybee. So since we have 2 beetles, let's see, beetles were 200. Beetles 200, and we need 2 of them. 200 plus 200 is 400. Honeybee was 350. $400 plus 350, I can stack. $750 vibrations each second. Now, they may have done a little bit different, but that's okay. Let's see how they did it. Remember, pause or rewind it, whatever you need to do. Okay, so they took 350 first, and then instead of adding these together already, this would be 400 plus 350. You add that and you get 750. Okay. Alright, let's keep going. Use a strip diagram to compare how many more vibrations a fly and a honeybee combined produce than a mosquito. Okay, so we need a strip diagram. How many more? Okay. Now, when you see something like this, I always like to do what's combined first. So fly and honeybee combined. So let's go back. Let's see, fly and honeybee. 450 for the fly. Honeybee 350. So 450, 350. 450, 350. 450, 350. So 450, 350. So if I'm doing a strip diagram, they want to know the total combined. So I would be adding 450 plus 350. 0, that's 10. One place goes down, the next one goes next door, so plus 1. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. So 800 is the honeybee and mosquito combined. They want to know how many more a fly has than them combined. So we have 800. Now we have to look for the fly. The fly had 450. Subtract. Says how many more, so we're subtracting. Now we can stack it. 800 minus 450. I can't do this, so I have to regroup. So I go next door, that turns into a 7. that turns into a 10. I can count up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 minus 4, count up again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. 350. Now let's see if we did it correctly. Again, if you didn't get it, pause it, go back and copy it. Or we can copy it the way they did it. I forgot to do the strip diagram, so that's okay. We can use theirs. Okay. Again, don't worry about the writing. All I want to see is strip diagram and equation. Strip diagram, equation. That's all I want to see. Okay. All right. Here we go. Learn book page 245, 246. Learn book 245, 236. Alright, here we go. Be sure you put your name and the date. The frequency table below shows the number of magazines sold by each student. Student, Ben, Rachel, Jeff, Stanley, Debbie. Magazines sold 300, 250, 100, 450, 600. Use the table to draw a bar graph. Create an appropriate scale for the graph. So we have the number of magazines sold, title, we have magazines sold, and then at the bottom we have the students. Okay, so we have to figure out what we're going to label the magazines sold. Now I can see my lowest number is 100, and I see my highest number is 600. So I'm going to start with 0, and I'm going to count by hundreds. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. Okay, so there's my numbers. If it works, that's what I'm going to use. Okay, next I have the students. Okay, so we're going to start with Ben. So I'm going to write Ben first. Ben had 300, so I'm going to go ahead and draw his bar. Scribble label 300. Okay, next is going to be Rachel. Rachel had 250, which is going to be between 200 and 300. Okay, then we do Jeff, 100. Then we do Stanley, 450, which is between 400 and 500. Scribble, fill in. Then we have Debbie at 600. And that's what it should look like. Okay. Remember, pause it if you need to. I'm going to move on. B, explain why you chose a scale for the graph. Okay, on the side, the numbers, that's the scale. They want to know why we chose that. Well, we chose that because the numbers would work counting by hundreds. So we'll say because counting by 100s works. Okay. C. How many fewer magazines did Debbie sell than Ben and Stanley combined? How many fewer magazines did Debbie sell than Ben and Stanley combined? So we're going to have to combine Ben and Stanley first. So Ben had 300. Stanley had 450. Combine me, we're going to add. You can stack it over here anywhere. That's 750. They want to know how many more than Debbie. Debbie had 600. So it's going to be 750 minus 600. Again, I can stack it over here. Or I can just add to the one I have already. So 600, subtract, equals 150 fewer. Okay, again, if you need to pause it. I know I'm going quick. I'm trying not to make the video so long, but it's going to be long anyway. So D, how many more magazines did Debbie and Jeff sell than Ben and Rachel? How many more again? But this time it's Debbie and Jeff, then Ben and Rachel. So we're going to have to combine Debbie and Jeff. Debbie has 600, Jeff has 100. So it's 600 plus 100. That's 700. Then Ben and Rachel. Ben had 300. Rachel had 250. So 300 plus 250 that's 550. But I'm not done because they want to know how many more. So now I have to subtract 700. Write that somewhere else so I have more room. I'm just going to use it. 700 minus 550. Can't do 0 minus 5, so my 7 is going to turn into a 6. My 0 is going to turn into a 10. Count up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1. So it's 150 more. Okay. Alright, next page. The bar graph shows the number of visitors to a carnival from Monday through Friday. Okay, so first thing we need to do, we need to label. Okay, now here's going to be a little more difficult because they're counting by 50s. And in between each one is 10. So we have 0, we have 10. Okay, so what do you get anyway? 100, yeah, it should be. So it should be 10, 20, 30. It's not working. I don't understand. Okay, so they counted by 50s. Then you have to count the marks in between. So if we look at Monday, it's between 300 and 350, but it's higher. So I would count 300, 310, 320, 330, 340. 340. Tuesday, 300. Wednesday, 400, 410, 420, 430. Thursday, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190. And Friday, 350, 360, 370. 370. Okay. Now that we label, questions will be easy. How many fewer visitors were there on the least busy day than on the busiest day? So the least busy would be the lowest, which is 190. And the busiest day would be 430. So 430 and 190. Okay. They want to know how many fewer, so we're going to subtract. So I'm going to stack it. I cannot do 3 minus 9, so 4 will turn into a 3. That will turn into 13. I can count up. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 3 minus 1 is 2. So 240, not more, fewer. Okay. B, how many more visitors attend the carnival on Monday and Tuesday combined than on Thursday and Friday combined? How many more Monday and Tuesday combined than on Thursday and Friday combined? So I'm going to have to combine Monday and Tuesday and then combine Wednesday and Friday and then find how many more. So Monday and Tuesday, 340 and 300. And then Thursday and Friday, 370, 190. Okay, I'm going to stack. $640. Stack. See, use my mental math here. Make the 9 a 10. Make the 7 a 6. That's 16. One's placed down. Next one next door is plus 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. So 560. So I have 640 and 560. And I'm going to subtract because they want to know how many more. 4 minus 6 I cannot do. Go next door. Turns into a 5. 14. Count up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So 80 more. Okay. Go onto your exit ticket. Put your name and the date. I'm going to read it. But if you look, this is very similar to this. Maybe that can help you. I don't know. The graph below shows the number of library books checked out in 5 days. Title, number of library books, and the days. Label first, and then answer the questions. C says, how many books in total were checked out on Wednesday and Thursday? Total, Wednesday, Thursday. D, how many more books were checked out on Thursday and Friday than on Monday and Tuesday? Okay, when you're done, keep it. We're going on to lesson 9. All right, here we go. We are in lesson 9 now. After looking at lesson 9, there is a lot of stuff to do that you can't do on your own. A lot of stuff, some stuff that I would have to get ready for you to do and ready for you to use. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip lesson 9. Okay, you will not have to do lesson 9. You're just not going to worry about it. Me not being there doesn't help. I guess we can do some of it, but when it comes to the lesson part of it, then we're not going to be able to. So we'll just do the first part of it, and then no exit ticket, no nothing. It'll just be what we do right now. All right, so you're just going to follow along with me pretty much. Okay, so what are these? Right, quarters. How much are they worth? 25 cents. How much total do I have here? 75 cents. What coin is this? Dime. How much is it worth? 10 cents. How much do I have? 10 cents. Now, in your journal, I want you to write the total of what we got here. You have 75, count by 10, 75, 85. 85 cents. Okay? You don't have to do the drawing or anything like that, just the total for now. Okay? Alright, next. Say the value of the bills. What bill is this? $5 bill. How much is it worth? $5. Okay. What bill are these? $1 bill. Each one is worth $1. How many do I have? I have $2. What's my total? Write it in your journal. Total is $7. Okay. Now in your journal, I want you to write the value of all of this. So count it all together and you should have a total. Pause the video and do that. So I'm going to count my coins first. I know I have 25, 50, 75, 10, 85. So I have 85 cents. 5, 6, 7. $7.85. $7.85. Next, say the value of the coins. How much do I have total here? 75 cents. How much do I have total here? 20 cents. Okay. 75 and 20. I can split this up into the tens. So I have 75, 85, 95. 95 cents. Okay. Now I have dollars. I have a $10 bill and two $1 bills. So 10, 11, 12. $12. Okay. Now in your journal, write the total right here. The complete total. Pause it, do it, and then come back and check it. 25, 50, 75, 85, 95, 10, 11, 12. $12.95. Alright, say the value of the coins. What do we have here? We have 25 cents. Here we have dimes. That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Oh, 60. I forgot one. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I missed that one. 60 cents. Penny, or sorry, a nickel. I have one, so it's 5 cents. And I have pennies. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 cents in pennies. Okay. Now I can do this a few different ways. Okay. I can line all of these up. And add them together. So I had 5, 10, 15. One's place goes down, the next one goes next door, so +1. 6 plus 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 95 cents. That's one way I could have counted it. Or I could have counted the coins if I know how to count the totals. Here I need to count by the 25 one time, and then I have my 10s, then I have my 5 and my 1s. So I would do 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85. Now I'm counting by 5s, 85, 90. I'm counting by 1s, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. 95 cents. Those are the two different ways you could have done it. Now the bills. We have a $5 bill, $5 bill, $1 bill, $1 bill. 5, 5 is 10, 1, 11, 12. $12. Now in your journal, write the total of this. Pause it, come back and check it. Here we go. It's just like we did before. 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 5, 10, 11, 12. $12.95. Okay, this time I want you to draw these in your journal, label them, total them. We'll do one together. So I would draw 2 and I would put 25 cents in each one. I would draw a smaller one, 10 cents, and another one, 10 cents, 1 cent, 1 cent. Okay, then you count it, total it up. I know 2 quarters makes 50 cents. Count my tens, 50, 60, 70, 71, 72. Okay, so that's how I want you to do that. Next one, dollar bills, 10 and a 5. Count by 5, 10, and then 5, 15. $15. Now you drew your coins already, so you should have your total. If you don't, that's 50, 60, 70, 1, 2. 10 and 5, 15. $15.72. Okay, I want you to count these without writing anything down. Or count them without writing anything down. Okay, we know these are dimes. They're worth 10 cents. We know these are nickels. They're worth 5 cents. These are pennies. They're worth 1 cent. Now, you can count by tens, you can count by fives, and you can count by ones. So do it. Pause it. Come back and check it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72. 72 cents. Okay. Dollar bills, they're 5, so count by 5. 5, 10, 15. Now all together, count all the money together without writing anything down. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72. I think I'm getting tired, guys. 72 cents. And then 5, 10, 15. $13.72. Alright, factors of 12. Say the number sentence completing the unknown factor. So 12 times something equals 12. What is it? Right. 1. Okay, so I want you to write all of that. Then I want you to write that and write the answer. Write that one with the answer. Write that one with the answer. And we're going too fast, pause it. Rewind, pause it, so that you can write these down. And then write that. Then that. Okay. So let's go back so we can see the answers. Oops. 12 times 1 is 12. 1 times 12 is 12. 6 times 2 is 12. 1 times 12 is 12. Did I do that already? I'm going the wrong way. Okay. 4 times 3 is 12. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 4 is 12. Now after I say a factor, you say the factor you need to multiply it by to get 12. So the first example, 1, 12. 12 times 1 equals 12. 6. 6 times equals 12. 6 times 2. 4 times what equals 12? 4 times 3. 12 times what equals 12? 12 times 1 equals 12. 3. 3 times what equals 12? 3 times 4 equals 12. Good job. Okay, so that's where we're going to stop for that. And what you'll do now is turn in the one exit ticket you did and go to ST Math, do the assignments. If you finish the assignments on ST Math, then you will go to Splash Learn and you'll do From My Teacher. Okay? I need you working. I am watching on GoGuardian and I'm just taking notes of what I'm seeing. And when I am back, I'm going to be talking to quite a few of you. And I heard and know what happened yesterday, both Jeremiah's. So we'll be having a talk when I come back. And I also know how my class acted today. Okay, so we will definitely be talking on Monday. Ms. Williamson's class, I hope that you come in and do what you're supposed to do the way you're supposed to do it. Because I will be watching. And I was watching yesterday and I saw how many of you were not doing the work. And I saw how many of you weren't even on your computer. So we will take care of that when I come back as well. I'm extremely disappointed. Extremely disappointed that I'm out at home and dealing with what I'm dealing with. And all I do is worry about you guys there at school, whether you're doing your work or not. I'm very disappointed. I will see y'all hopefully next week.